My third biggest breakout star of 2021 so far, Ricky Starks at AEW. He's fantastic. And to me, I think AEW's mid-card really is really good. And guys like Ricky Starks is solidifying that. He's in a good feud right now with Angle, with obviously with Team Taz, and there's a lot of dissension between Team Taz with Brian Cage and, whatnot. So, but he has a lot of good heat on him, too. He's over, too. He's really over in the company. So he's definitely number 3 breakout star. Number 2 breakout star for me this year, Apollo Crews, the current Intercontinental Champion on SmackDown. The pandemic has really done a lot for a lot of guys who probably would have gotten chances, and Apollo Crews is in that conversation right there. So my number 2 breakout star this year, Apollo Crews. Number 1 breakout star is Riddle. Initially it was kind of meh, but the last couple months he's really taken off. This RK Bro angle, him and Randy Orton, on again, off again, teammates, tag team. It's made Riddle like a star. Joe made a great point actually on the last pop he did. He said that Riddle has Kurt Angle potential, Kurt Angle impact potentially going forward. And I agree with him. Riddle's very talented. He has a good gimmick going, and the crowd's getting into him. We'll see when we get the crowds this week how over he is, especially moving forward. Okay. My moments of the year. Number 3 moment of the year, I got Britt Baker's bloody face. When she had that, the unsanctioned match against Thunder Rosa, and she lost the match, but there's an image of her, which of course made in the t-shirts, where she has her face bloody, like similar to Mick Foley, or Stone Cold Steve Austin, rather. That was great. Great moment. It really, honestly, solidified her as the top woman on the AEW roster. I mean, it was kind of already known she was, but her doing that match, a lot of respect for her. Number 2 moment of the year, Bianca Belair winning the title at Mania. Fantastic match of the year, in my opinion, so far. Her and Sasha did a fantastic job in the ring. And of course, Bianca and knowing the moment, how emotional she was, going into the match, and of course the match itself, and then the end of the match, fantastic job by Bianca Belair. My number 1 moment of the year, honestly though, is Vince McMahon, doing the WrestleMania intro. It was the first WWE related show with a crowd over a year, and just hear him saying "Welcome WrestleMania" and all that, with the entire roster behind him, all that. It was a really, I got goosebumps. If you're a wrestling fan and you understand what this business and what this roster went through the last year, and to see crowds again, and Vince out there, the leader, stage 1 by Vince McMahon, and you may love him or hate him, but he takes a lot of bullets for this company. He takes a lot of bullets for not just this company, but takes a lot of bullets for this industry. And him being out there it was a great moment, honestly. So that's my number 1 moment so far of 2021. Top 3 tag teams. This one was a little tougher, honestly, because I don't think this has really been a great year for tag teams across the board. There's some good ones, obviously, but I don't think tag teams have really done much this year in a way where it's been as exciting. Number 3 tag team so far. I actually had to give it to Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher. I know they just recently became a tag team after feuding each other for the last few months, but they put on some fantastic matches the last couple runs on NXT. I gotta give them credit. Number 2 tag team so far for the year, another NXT team, MSK, the current tag team champions, who just beat Ciampa and Thatcher at the Great American Bash last week. Fantastic match. Number 1, I gotta give it to him. I know they got go away. I can't stand them. Although I'm starting to find actually somewhat warm up to him a little bit now. The Young Bucks. And I just saw them live last week. I went to Dynamite last week, and they put on a fucking banger against Eddie Kingston and Penta El Zero Miedo. And look, you may not like the Young Bucks. There's a lot of people who don't like the Young Bucks, and I get it. I totally get it. Tassels, you name it, the cocky attitude. But they know that, and they're playing it into their gimmick now. But you cannot deny these guys put on fantastic matches. Without question, fantastic matches. So the Young Bucks right now are my best tag team of 2021 so far. We'll see how the rest of the year goes. All right, feud of the year. All right, this is going to be fun. This was kind of tough. All three feuds that I like here are all WWE related. Number 3, Cesaro against Seth Rollins. I like this feud a lot. Every match has been great. We thought Cesaro would get a push to the top. I mean, he got a match against Roman in the WrestleMania Backlash, but nothing's really been done since then. Seth Rollins, obviously, is a great worker. We speak the world of Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins at some point in the next couple months will be back in the title picture. But yeah, I enjoyed this feud. They had a great match at WrestleMania and had great matches since then. So my number 3 feud of the year. Number 2, unfortunately, due to her Bayley's injury, we won't be able to get to see the third installment of this. But Bianca Belair and Bayley's been fantastic. I love it. Bayley's been a great heel. Bianca Belair, obviously, what she can do, and her being the SmackDown champion, and Bayley makes like $1 million, and Bayley's amazing. When it's all said and done, Bayley will be looked at as one of the all-time greats in the history of this business, not just as a female, but I really believe as a worker in general. She's just fantastic what she does. She plays the heel part well. She was a great baby face a long time. She was great at NXT, and we really got to appreciate her, man. Honestly, she's been fantastic. My feud of the year, though, is Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, and Edge. The entire angle has been great, honestly. Roman stacking them at WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan, which I initially was against at the time, installing him to the 3-way feud, but he made it work. So, Reigns, Bryan, and Edge, the feud of the year so far. All right, female wrestler of the year. Number 3, Sasha Banks. She was a champion to WrestleMania, and she did a good job holding the SmackDown title. But she's been on TV since WrestleMania. So, gotta put it lower. Number 2, Britt Baker, the new AEW Women's Champion. Again, she's really held that between Hikaru Shida, who had the title, and then Britt Baker building up her character up to this point now. Britt Baker has been fantastic, and now she's gotten the AEW Women's Championship. Number 1, of course, Bianca Belair. That's easy. That's really easy. Like I said, she her match against Sasha, arguably the best match of the year so far. You can't really speak much about that. All right, male wrestler of the year. Number 3, the guy that AEW is going to put on his back, Adam Hangman Page. If you were there last week at Dynamite, obviously you watched Dynamite. It was loud when he came out. It was loud. It was even louder in person. The AEW audience is ready for this guy to be the next guy, and I'm ready for it too. I'm a big fan of Adam Page. Number 2, Bobby Lashley. Actually, maybe a little shocking to some because people might think Kenny Omega, but I'm not really enjoying Kenny Omega's run here as champion. Honestly, he's fantastic in the ring, but I'm not really enjoying it as much. Bobby Lashley's done a great job, with the Hurt Business, splitting up, of course, which I really didn't like, honestly. But Lashley and MVP's the package has been great. Lashley had a really good feud with Drew McIntyre. Fantastic match against Xavier Woods on Raw a couple weeks ago. He's done a really good job holding on Raw. Number 1, of course, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. No surprise there. Roman Reigns has been arguably the best wrestler of the year and of the last 11 to 12 months. So, yeah, that's not a surprise there. Roman Reigns, number 1, male wrestler. Wrestler of the year here. Number 3, Bobby Lashley. Number 2, Bianca Belair. And number 1, of course, Roman Reigns. So there is my at the half pro wrestling best ofs so far in the world of